Choosing a CRM feels a lot like picking a vehicle for a long cross-country trip. You're looking for something that's reliable, easy to handle, and has enough room for everything you're bringing along. Today, we're looking at the two biggest names on the road, HubSpot and Salesforce. Both come with demanding features, but they're built for very different types of journeys. Let's break down how HubSpot and Salesforce actually stack up so you can pick the right one for your business. To get started, let's talk about how it actually feels to sit down and use these tools every day. HubSpot is built on a single unified codebase, which basically means everything looks and acts the same whether you're in marketing, sales, or support. You can usually get a team up and running in a matter of days because the interface is just so intuitive. It's designed for the person who wants to log in, find what they need, and get back to work without needing a manual. On the other hand, Salesforce is more like a high-end, custom-built engine. It is incredibly powerful, but it's complex. Because Salesforce has grown by acquiring different companies and stitching their tools together, the interface can feel a bit fragmented at times. It's famous for its steep learning curve. In most cases, you're gonna need a dedicated administrator or a consultant just to get the gears turning correctly. If your team isn't particularly tech-savvy, the sheer number of buttons and menus in Salesforce can feel a little overwhelming at first. Moving right along to the bread and butter of any CRM, let's look at how they handle your contacts. HubSpot keeps things pretty straightforward. It uses a single source of truth model, where every interaction, every email, page view, and form submission is automatically logged on a single timeline. It's great for seeing the whole story of a customer in one glance. They've also introduced some really smart active lists that automatically update based on contact behavior, which saves you from a lot of manual sorting. Now, when you look at Salesforce, the contact management is much more granular. It's built for businesses that have massive amounts of data and need to see very specific relationships between people, accounts, and parent companies. You can customize the contact records to an almost infinite degree, adding custom fields for just about anything you can imagine. It's perfect if you're dealing with complex account-based selling, where you need to track 10 different stakeholders across 3 different subsidiaries. It takes more work to set up, but the level of detail is hard to beat. Building on that, the way these two platforms handle leads is actually one of their biggest differences. In Salesforce, a lead is treated as a temporary holding area. It's basically a bucket for someone who hasn't been qualified yet. Once you realize they're a real prospect, you convert them, which then creates a separate contact, account, and opportunity record. This keeps your main database clean, but it does add a few extra steps to the daily routine of a sales rep. HubSpot handles this a bit differently by treating leads more like a status rather than a separate bucket. They've really beefed up their lead object to act more like a dedicated tool for sales development reps. You can track lead stages directly on the contact or company record without having to jump between tabs. It's a much more fluid experience that feels less like data entry and more like a natural progression of a conversation. It's especially helpful for smaller teams where the same person might be handling the lead from start to finish. Speaking of progression, let's talk about the sales pipeline, where the actual deals happen. HubSpot's pipeline is famous for its visual Kanban-style board. It's very drag and drop, making it easy for a manager to see exactly where every deal sits in the cycle. It's built for speed and clarity, which is why a lot of fast-growing startups tend to gravitate toward it. Salesforce, meanwhile, offers a pipeline that is built for deep forecasting and complex logic. If you have different sales processes for different regions or product lines, Salesforce can handle that with ease. You can build in very strict validation rules, like making sure a rep uploads a specific document before they can move a deal to the closing stage. It's less about visual simplicity and more about process integrity. For a large corporation that needs to ensure every rep is following a highly regulated sales path, Salesforce provides the guardrails that HubSpot sometimes lacks. Now, we can't talk about software without mentioning AI. HubSpot has rolled out what they call Breeze AI, and it lives up to the name. It's designed to be a co-pilot for the average user. It can summarize long email threads, draft follow-up messages, and even predict which deals are most likely to close based on past behavior. It's very plug and play, meaning you don't need to be a data scientist to get value out of it day one. Salesforce has gone a bit deeper with Agentforce and their Einstein AI suite. This isn't just about drafting emails, it's about building autonomous agents that can actually perform tasks across your entire business. We're talking about AI that can handle customer service chats, qualify leads, and update records without a human ever touching it. It's incredibly powerful, but again, it requires a lot of tuning. You have to feed it high-quality data and set up the logic carefully. If you have the resources to invest in it, Salesforce's AI can essentially act as an extra department for your company. When it comes to seeing the big picture, both platforms offer some pretty impressive reporting. HubSpot's reporting is built on the idea of accessibility. They have a massive library of pre-built templates for things like sales productivity or marketing ROI. Most managers can build a custom dashboard in a few minutes just by clicking around. It's great for getting a quick pulse on the business, though it can sometimes feel a little limited if you're trying to run very complex, multi-layered calculations. Salesforce reporting is the gold standard for data nerds. If you can dream of a metric, Salesforce can probably track it. You can build reports that pull data from every corner of the platform and join them together in ways that are truly impressive. The dashboards are highly customizable and look very professional for board-level presentations. The trade-off is that building these reports often requires a specific set of skills. It's not uncommon for a sales manager to have to wait for an admin to build a report for them, which can slow things down if you're in a hurry. At the end of the day, the choice comes down to your team size and how much complexity you actually need to manage. If you want a system that your team will actually enjoy using and that you can set up quickly, HubSpot is likely your best bet. But if you're a large organization with complex sales cycles and a need for total customization, Salesforce is the way to go. Let us know about your next move in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to get more videos like this.